Hi there folks, Rob Helene for New Generation FX. Just want to follow up on a little bit of the feedback that I received following a video I did last week. I did a live trading update video on July 23rd. I can put the link in the text of this. And what I was thinking was, one of the immediate questions was, I don't understand why you're putting these boxes where you're putting them on the screen, and the purpose, they don't really mean much to me why they're there. So I thought to myself, well, if this particular person's thinking that, there's probably a lot of people. I just did a quick live update video about the way I see the markets and pretty much showed, the sort of purpose was how quick, using a bit of automation with your trading, you can quickly do some trade planning and analysis and get on with your day. Just trying to be efficient with your trading. And, I didn't really go into too much detail about the logistics or the logic behind why I'm putting the boxes where they are. So I thought, why not create a little educational video and just show people the purpose behind it. Now, I'm going to update in the next day or two the live trading update videos. Thanks for all the good feedback. People like them. They like to see that people make trade plans in advance and trade plans get taken and things happen, and that's what's happening following that video in a couple of trades. And they're sort of teetering on either working or not working, so we'll see what happens. I'll update you in the next few days and we'll build some new trade plans as well. But in regards to the question from the previous video, the boxes all come about because of price action and fractals. And that's the sort of cornerstone or the foundation of how I like to trade. And it's been like that forever. And the main reason why that is, if you're wondering, is because I'm interested in it. When I first saw price action and then worked out the sort of fractal side of things, I knew that that was like love at first sight in terms of trading and myself. It's a bit like if you like fancy cars, you're either, you might be a Ferrari lover, a Porsche lover, something like that. It's sort of one of those sort of moments. So when I saw fractals and price action in action, I was love at first sight in terms of trading. And that had me ditching my EMAs and any oscillators on charts in a heartbeat. And you would have noticed if you've seen the video that I did last week, it's entirely naked trading. So just no indicators, just bars on the charts. And I was just putting boxes around where I wanted trades to get taken. And that's what's really the question was and what spawned this video. So let me get on with a little educational piece here. I'm going to draw on a white screen. If you're looking at a white screen thinking, dude, it's a white screen, there's nothing here, that's good, it's a notepad. I'm going to draw on it, and then I'm going to show you quickly in Forex Tester what I'm referring to, and then we'll call it a day. So here's a combination of how I like to use fractals and price action. Okay, now obviously if you don't know what price action is, it's establishing trends and things with just naked candles. Let me just draw something with zigzags and explain some sort of price action and fractals together, and then I'll show you with the bars on a chart. But this is probably the easiest way to do it. So think, for theory's sake, that what you see in pink here is maybe, let's call it a weekly uptrend. Okay, a weekly uptrend, nice big fat long-term uptrend. Well, if that's a weekly uptrend in pink, I'm going to draw in blue what a daily chart would look like if that was weekly. You're probably going to have something like this, where the daily chart's going to have a lot more swings in it, and then it's going to find some sort of resistance, and then it's going to start swinging to the downside to support, find some support, and then it's going to start swinging back to the upside. Forgive me if you hear my mouse clicking. Okay, and that's going to be a daily chart's going to look like. And then, inside that daily chart in blue, I'll draw in green, you might have a 4-hour chart doing something like this. Swinging up, double top, swings down a little bit, finds some support, off it goes again. Okay, and you can draw what a 4-hour chart might look like. And inside there, you can go hourly, you get the drift. And that's pretty much how I look at charts and look to trade. Okay, 4-hour chart might look something like this on the downside. Little pullback. Okay, So you can sort of get my drift. You have a big weekly swing. The blue is the daily chart, and then you got the green 4-hour chart. Okay, so when I look to trade, I'm just going to get a highlighter tool here. I pretty much look to trade off, say, daily swings. You know, something like that if possible, and I'll even take it to the downside. Okay, or I like to take sometimes, if it's a good enough support or resistance, I might take a 4-hour change of trend. So let me just go back to our 4-hour chart. If we got a little 4-hour sort of up and mucking around here, this sort of thing, 4-hour changing trend in here, based on support of this whole weekly swing, so a weekly support and a 4-hour change of trend, I would be interested in trading that also. And if I didn't get into that, I would then be looking for the daily swings in the long-term direction. Now, I would also definitely take, daily swings to the downside on a daily change of trend also. So that's pretty much very simple how things work. It's using price action and trends and changes of trends and buying at support and resistance. Basically anything trending, I'll try a daily trend at support or resistance, or a daily change of trend. But also if I'm at long-term support or resistance on, say, a weekly chart, which is that pink line, remember, and I get something like a 4-hour change of trend where I'm just drawing in here somewhere, and not necessarily a daily change of trend, but a 4-hour, I would also consider trying to take that. Okay, so that's pretty much how I like to trade, and that's what, these yellow, where I put these yellow boxes is pretty much where I go and put my trading boxes. If you watched the video, just, oh, it's at support, off we go. So let's go to Forex Tester, and let's go through another example using the charts here. Now you can see over here on the right I've got the weekly chart, and in the middle the daily, and on the left the 4-hour. And you can see, if you look at the weekly chart, we are definitely sort of at a nice area of support of a nice big uprise. Okay, and you can see our daily chart has been swinging down. If you're going to get a weekly swing, you're going to be in a daily downtrend, folks, to get that swing. Okay, weekly swing, daily move fib, daily swing, 4-hour move fib. If you understand, if you think of things, think like fibs. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I would be, if I saw a 4-hour change of trend, I would be quite interested in taking a trade here. Well, look what's happening in terms of price action over on the 4-hour chart. We're swinging down. Suddenly, hello, higher highs, higher lows, sort of getting itself in a little uptrend at support on the weekly chart over here. That would have me taking a trade. Now, before I move on, also we're in this daily, draw another color, daily downtrend over here. So if I was at resistance, say somewhere up here, I would probably be interested in a sell here, and putting a box in here to actually sell that to the downside. But the fact of the matter is I'm not. I'm at support of a big daily move to the upside, so why not try buying? Okay. By the way, I don't know where this is going, and I don't think anyone is, and I don't think anyone should pretend that they know where it is. The big money and fundamentals and things know where this is going. I don't. I just look to buy at support and sell at resistance, and put my little boxes at where I think is support and resistance. And I'm using price action and fractals from years of looking at charts, basically, are the theories. And if you're interested in how I look at price action and fractals, please let me know, because I will create a lot more videos about it. I think it's very important. and we can do strategy videos and all sorts of different educational videos if you want, because I think it's easy to understand, it's interesting, and a lot of people can identify with it. It's rather simple, and it's like a forward based indicator, not a lagging one like a moving average or anything. And it really is what, you can literally see where money comes in and out of markets if you can understand price action, and especially mixed with Japanese candlestick patterns and things. So getting back to the trading, I would very much be interested in buying a long, putting a long order in, somewhere in this area based on this 4-hour change of trend, like I was saying, at weekly support. So if we start moving through the charts, you can see we found support and off we go. Now look what's interesting. If we just have a quick look here on this 4-hour chart, is we've basically started trending up on the 4-hour, and then we've got this little move fib. Okay, and that constitutes ourselves pretty much a daily swing. Okay, so we've got a daily swing and a 4-hour move fib off support on this weekly chart, exactly like I was explaining in the drawing before. So let's continue on and see what happens here. Okay, 4-hour, we continue moving up, no big deal. Now we are definitely now getting into where I would look to be doing some sort of selling. Weekly swing to the downside in terms of price action. And if I've got a 4-hour change of trend again here now, or even just based on what I'm looking at on the daily chart, I would probably put a red box even where we are somewhere around here, and I would look to sell that. It's resistance. And to see how it goes. And you can see we've definitely found resistance on the 4-hour chart. Definitely finding selling at resistance as I just step forward. And what do you know? Down we come. Okay, so you could have been selling up here. I'm still in my little, maybe in the long down here, so I'm restricted by FIFO living in the United States, so I can't sell. But I tell you, if I was living outside the United States, I would also be in a sell there. In profit on this one, thank you. I'd be in profit on this one, thank you. And I would just let them work themselves out and see who wants to be the winner. That's how it would be nice to trade it. But now we're back just thinking about things. We're back at daily support. So if you'd missed, if you were bullish for any reason and you'd missed that first trade that we took there, well, you could definitely look to just buy a trade here. So you could put a, I would be looking, just like my video, maybe to put a green box somewhere here. It's support on a daily chart with respect to this little price action change of trend. Okay, it's just about buying at support and selling at resistance sometimes, And what do you know? The long pretty much works itself out. Okay, now we've probably here got ourselves at another big resistance area on the weekly chart, 160 psych level as well if you're a psych level fan, and got ourselves on a daily move fib to the downside. So that's probably another area where there's going to be, if it's going to come down, it's potentially going to do something like that before it's going to do something like that. Let's see how it plans out. A 4-hour change of trend here would have me interested in a sell if I wasn't in it. And you can see we've definitely got, in terms of price action over here, a 4-hour lower highs, lower lows. It's definitely a 4-hour change of trend. So there's nothing wrong with, seeing something like that. Okay, so let's see how that works out. Boom, down we come. Okay, so there would have been an opportunity to maybe sell there as well. Now, once again, we're back in a buy zone on the daily. Now, that was the one previous down here. Okay, so once again, the support and resistance in terms of price action and fractals. And remember, I would have, you could have looked at a sell up there based on resistance on that weekly chart. Okay, so it's just about fractals. It's just about fractals and price action. And here we are, found support. And bang, off we go to the long side. Awesome. Awesome stuff. So it keeps on working. So I hope that answers the question a little bit. And if it doesn't, please let me know, because I'd like to explain further. Or if you like any more videos on understanding price action and fractals, please let me know. Cheers.